Coming up next, it's a UFC heavyweight division collision. Well, pretty much every time out in the UFC, DC, this man has put on a striking clinic, and that is his methodology coming in here tonight. He'll try to keep the fight on the feet.
And that's why we tune in, right? That's why we tune in. We tune in to see guys that are dynamic. We tune in for the speed. We tune in for the knowledge of the striking game, the ability to set traps, the ability to find the jab, the ability to find the right hand, the right kick, the left kick, the knees, the elbows. He truly uses every weapon that he has in his arsenal to try and finish his opponents. You make one mistake, night's over. You cannot make mistakes against a guy that has the striking acumen of this guy right here.
And the jab is not as underutilized a weapon as it was in MMA, say 5 or 7 years ago, but he's got as good a jab as anyone in the business, and that is where all of his striking flows off of. We'll see how it goes for him in this matchup tonight. All right, so here he is, DC, the biggest superstar in mixed martial arts history, former 2-division UFC champion Conor McGregor, and a lot of people thought maybe he wouldn't come back to the proving ground. He's got a lot to prove when it comes to his MMA legacy, and as such, McGregor returns to the octagon here tonight.
When you talk about Conor McGregor, you're talking about a star that transcends mixed martial arts. We've seen a lot of people come and go, but no one has ever reached the level of Conor McGregor. And you think he's just a talker. No, there is a ton of substance to everything that he does. From the moment he stepped into the octagon, he said what he was gonna do, and he eventually did it. From knocking guys out left and right to becoming a 2-division champion, knocked out José Aldo, knocked out Eddie Alvarez. There's just too much to say about the Notorious.
And I'm glad you put it that way, because he is this larger-than-life character, and I think at times people lose sight of just how skilled a martial artist this is. Elite striker, tremendous distance management. Few move better on the feet than Conor McGregor, and he'll look to put those striking skills to good use yet again tonight as Conor McGregor returns here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Yves Loving. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Madison Square Garden Arena in New York City, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 166 pounds. Fighting out of Nottingham, United Kingdom, Big Train. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a kickboxer, holding a professional record of 16 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, the notorious Conor McGregor!
Okay, guys, protect yourself at all time, obey my command at all time. If you want to touch love, do it now, go back to your corner. You ready? You ready?
All right, here we go. Round 1, outstanding matchup of strikers. Any chance this thing hits the canvas tonight, Sean?
I don't believe so. I think when you have 2 high-level strikers like you have in these 2 men.
Whoa! Oh, he might be out. Nice punch by McGregor. Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman.
Oh, nice Nice strike by McGregor there.
I mean, Conor McGregor is a fantastic striker, and once again, that skill is on display.
McGregor gets hit with a kick. Trying to establish that jab once again.
When you're in the clinch, you can pull down on the head and land these beautiful punches to the head.
McGregor gets caught by that blistering elbow.
Beautiful punch. Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick.
Oh, just misses with the kick. Nice defense there, huge block. Counter left.
Look at him drive his shin into his opponent's body with that body kick. Right hand punch from the clinch. Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one? You can really limit the mobility of your opponent with those leg kicks. Went inside on that leg kick. Beautiful. Jab left hook and went inside. Usually, you see guys throw the outside kick there. That was nice. Oh, big elbow.
So just over 20 total strikes have landed for Conor McGregor. Oh, nice straight punch there to his opponent, and he lands it just after catching the leg. So clearly, he is starting to find his timing, not just offensively, but defensively as well. Very good read there. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. And they separate. Keeps going back to that jab, keeps throwing that jab, but unable to land. Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. You gotta like what you're seeing thus far.
I mean, the speed at which he throws is crazy.
Mixes it up nicely in terms of staying heavy and also staying active.
Look at the turnover in that kick.
All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie, and he caught the kick. We'll see what he can do with it. Under 2 minutes to go now in our opening round. Timely defense there, huge block for him. Oh, big head kick there. Some real power shots here. Big knee to the body.
Liver kick. If you take those kicks, it's gonna shut your body off.
Vicious combo there. Nice job staying busy here in the clinch.
Ooh, what a punch.
All right, he'll engage in a single collar tie.
Oh, nice right hand counter. Big kick lands.
And they separate. Throwing that jab, no good. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds.
Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks. Way to mix it up. Unbelievable elbow land.
Unable to connect with the right. 30 seconds now to go in the round.
He loaded up on that right hand, too.
All right, he engages in a single collar tie here. McGregor gets the tie clinch here.
Big punch land.
10 seconds now in round one. Try to establish that jab.
Hey, stop!
All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
Relax. Take a drink of water. And listen, I should have set those kicks up a little bit better.
You ready?
Ready?
Round 2 here.
Nice kick. Big leg kick lands.
All right, so he's landed some good shots. You hate to be overly critical, but nothing really in terms of combinations tonight.
Well, the jab has been looking great. How about jab, jab? Oh! He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Man!
Nice.
And both guys really throwing with authority. Oh, significant strike attempt there. Goes to the spinning kick, but he misses. Superman punch lands.
Big kick lands.
And a nice left hand there on the inside. Slipped that offering from his opponent. In the past, we've seen him sort of lean on the toughness. Tonight, he's leaning on the defense.
And you see the evolution of the fighter in front of us. He doesn't have to be tough anymore. The more he can slip strike, the longer he can prolong his career.
Oh, collar tie. Good series of strikes by him there.
Great job of mixing it up, staying active, keeping busy, doing great work. Ooh, head kick lands, was hurt. Punch over the top.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Oh, nice counter jab to snap the head back. How about that shin?
There's no give on that leg kick.
Oh, single collar tie here.
Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
Just misses there with the left. Oh, nice straight left there.
Big powerful punch lands. Now he gets back in range.
Unable to connect with a right hook. Well, he's really picked up the pace here in round 2. Much more aggressive now here and starting to find himself in the pocket. Oh, man, this guy kicks like a mule.
So hard. He kicks so hard every time you can see him drive his shin into his opponent.
All right, so a seminal blow earlier in the round. It wasn't a knockdown, but it was certainly a stunner that caught his attention.
Oh, I mean, he got hurt bad. To see him still standing, that's his goal for the toughness that he has to be still standing after taking such a damaging shot.
Oh, big knee to the body. How'd he get that one home? Whoa!
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now. Oh, big punch land.
Immediately gets the underhook. And they separate.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
Oh, big patented left. Oh!
He's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. Oh! Oh!
Oh, big left. All right, so a nice job there defensively to raise the guard and prevent any damage.
Those hands never leave where they're supposed to be, and if you do that, most times you will block the shot that's incoming. Nice punch here.
Oh, that left thigh now really starting to swell. Oh, look at that jab. Snapped his head back.
His jab gets to the target so fast, and always brings his hand right back to his face. Big punch from the clinch.
Now a knee to the body. Single collar tie now. Ooh, and he caught the kick. Takedown attempt late, and it's good. Seconds winding down in round 2.
I mean, this guy is really focused on those punches to the head inside of the clinch.
All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. We had a knockdown there, but not a knockout.
No, it wasn't a knockout, but you can't take those shots. That big punch landed, and it sat him down. If he gets hit with another one of those, it might be good night, Irene.
Now, just relax. Excellent work. All those rounds on the pads in the gym paid off. Now we're going to continue. Keep doing exactly what you did.
Are you ready? You ready?
Third round underway. Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight.
Nice punch lands. Huge knee lands.
Left hand is true. That will absolutely work.
He throws it like a pistol.
Oh!
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Oh, straight right. Whoa! Mixes in an elbow for good measure. Oh!
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish this fight.
And he landed the right hand there.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
And he comes through with a big knee.
What a punch. That was a thudding leg kick.
Oh, a nice punch out of the break there. Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Knee to the body.
He's getting lit up right now, John. Oh!
3 minutes to go. Oh, big knee! Back to the feet. Oh, big knee to the body. That'll send him up. Oh! And just like that, the fight is over.
He's done. He's done.
Pinpoint strike to end this fight. It landed flush. I'm not even sure the opponent wholly saw it coming, and before he could recover, the referee was in to stop the fight. So a huge knockout victory for that fighter here tonight. Well, let's re-rack the highlight now, DC, and he's certainly going to enjoy watching this one back. The head kick was there early, it was there often, and ultimately ended the night for his opponent.
He found a weakness in his opponent's game. The left kick, over and over, he was able to land it. And he was landing the strikes, too, with his hands, but ultimately it was the kick that was hidden behind the punch that finished the fight for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 13 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout, the notorious Conor McGregor!
So the celebration is on with him and his team, and rightfully so. A monumental result tonight as he gets the win by knockout.
He spoke it into existence. He said over and over to anyone that'll listen, I am going to knock this man out. He did it in an even more impressive fashion than he ever could have imagined.